Hello crochet lovers, welcome and welcome back to the channel. So today we are going to be making this beautiful top. I call it lace black top, and it's easy to make. This is how it looks at the back. Yeah, hopefully you enjoy it. Don't forget to like and subscribe. So yeah, the supplies we're going to need: first, yarn, of course, and we're going to be using a 4mm crochet hook, and we're going to be needing a lace, and this lace is optional. You don't have to add it on your top, and it measures around 59 centimeters, and you can skip it just like I said. So let's just begin. We're going to start by chaining 100, or you're going to make a chain that is long enough to fit around your waist or where you want your top to sit. For me, I'm going to make 105 chains. And I'm going to meet you when I'm done with the chain, okay? 455. Then I'm going to add a chain of 1, and then we're going to go in the second chain from the hook, and I'm going to put a single crochet, and a single crochet in each stitch all the way here, and I'm going to come back and I meet you here. Okay, so now after making our turning chain, this is where we're going to introduce in our lace. So I'm going to get my lace, and then I fold it like an inch or centimeter, whatever, and then so that the holes meet, the first two holes meet. So the next thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to insert my hook into the first hole on the lace, and then I insert the hook again into the first stitch of my previous row, of my first row. So then the next thing is I'm going to pull up a loop and put a single crochet there. Okay, so we do that again. I insert my hook into the second hole, then into the second stitch, and then pull up a yarn. Okay, making sure we grab that, pull up a loop, and then complete a single crochet. Okay, so insert the hook into the next hole, and then insert it into the next stitch. Okay, not skipping any stitch, and then yarn over, pull up a loop, and then yarn over, finish a single crochet. Okay, so now for this one we're going to go back with a yarn needle, and then we stitch it, with a needle, sewing needle, sorry, and then we stitch it together so it doesn't open. Okay, so this is what we're going to do, like inserting the hook into the hole of the lace and then into the next stitch, and we make a single crochet like that. So I'm going to meet you at the end of this row. Okay, so now I'm at the end of our work, and this is what we have so far. Don't mind about being curly, because it's going to get straightened once we start crocheting. And there is one other thing that I wanted to show you. So let me take a stitch back. So like if you want your lace to not be curly and you want it to be straight, you can go ahead and put 2 single crochets in one hole of the lace, and then 1 single crochet in each stitch of this row. Okay, so that is, you put your hook into the hole of the lace, and then you put your hook into the next stitch of the crochet row. Again, you put your crochet hook, you put your crochet hook again in the same hole of the lace, yeah, and then you put your crochet hook in the next stitch of the crochet row, yeah, like that. So that is putting 2 single crochets in the lace and 1 single crochet in the crochet row, yeah. So just like that, 1, and then go back into the hole of the lace and then go into, so now we're at the end. Remember, we're going to fold it like that, okay? Moment, I'm going to fold it like that, yeah, and then put single crochet into the lace and the crochet, and then we finish it like that, huh? So we don't need this one anymore. We're going to cut it off. Remember, for this one we're going to come back with a needle, sewing needle, and we sew it together, so don't mind about it being open for now. So now we're going to chain 1. Oh, I already made a chain, sorry. So we're going to turn our work, and so we're going to switch to half double crochet. So go back into the first chain and make a first row. Okay, so now we're going to chain 1. Oh, I already made a chain, sorry. So we're going to turn our work, and at this point we're going to switch to half double crochets, yeah. I only used single crochets just to crochet the lace into our work. So we're going to go in the first chain from the hook, put a single crochet, a half double crochet, and then we are going to put a half double crochet in each stitch, and then I'm going to come back and meet you at the end. So now I'm at the end of my row, yeah, making the last 2 half double crochets, and then the last one in the last stitch, like that, and then chain 1, go back into the first chain, the first stitch, put a half double crochet, and this is what we have so far. You see how it's now straight. So now I'm going to go ahead and make half double crochets of back and forth for 5 rows, and then I'm going to come back and show you the next step. Now I've reached the end of our row 5, and working into the last stitch here, putting a half double crochet. If you're not familiar with these stitches, I have videos on how to crochet them. I'll put them in the link or up. So the next step is we're going to start decreasing, that is chain 1, yeah. So to start our decrease, we're going to yarn over, and we're going to put a first half double crochet in the first stitch, but we're not going to finish it, and then another half double crochet in the second stitch, and we're going to yarn over all through and pull through all the loops on our hook. So we're done with our decrease. Now we're going to put a half double crochet in each stitch all the way until we have 2 loops, 2 stitches left on our row to decrease. So meet you, be right back. We are at the end of our row and we are decreasing. So that is a half double crochet in the first stitch, and then a half double crochet in the last stitch on this row. Okay, so now we have 4 loops on our hook. Now we're going to yarn over and pull through all 4 loops giving us a decrease. So we're going to chain up 1, and for this row we're not going to decrease. We're going to put a half double crochet in each stitch all the way to the end of the row. So now I'm at the end of our row, and we're going to chain 1, and we're going to decrease on the next row, that is 1 half double crochet, and then go into the next step, 1 half double crochet, yarn over, and then we pull up a loop. So we have 1 loop here, one decreased stitch. So now we're going to go ahead and put a half double crochet in each of the next stitches, and then I'm going to come back and meet you at the end of this row. So we have reached the end of our row, and we're going to decrease again. That is decreasing the last 2 stitches. Okay, now we're going to chain up 1, and we are going on our row of not decreasing. So this is what we're going to be doing, a row of decrease and a row of non-decreasing. Yeah, but if you want your work to decrease way faster, then you can go ahead and decrease on each row, but I prefer this way for my top. And I'm going to meet you at the end when we will have reached the neck, like where you want your neck to see, where you want your top to sit on your neck. Then we continue with the straps. Now I have reached the end of my top. Yeah, I've put it against my body and I like the way it fits. So now the next step is going to make our straps. Okay, so to make the straps, we're going to chain 1, yeah, and then make a chain of 150. Then I'm going to come back and meet you at the end of this chain. 150. So now we are going to go back into the second stitch from the hook and make a slip stitch. Sorry, yeah, putting a slip stitch into the second hook from the hook, and a slip stitch in each of every chain stitch we have. And then I'm going to come back and show you the next step when we have reached here. I've reached the end of our strap. Yeah, this is what we have. Now if you want with a strap, you can use single crochet stitches across your chain stitch, and then putting our last, and then going back into the first stitch here, and then putting a single crochet there, chain 3, then skip a stitch, go into the next step, yeah, chain 1, skip a stitch, go into the next step, chain 1, skip a stitch, go into the next step. And now this border at the top of, at the neck of our top, you can leave it out if you don't want, and you use single crochets on your border, yeah, like here, and you use single crochets. I just wanted to give it a little more design there. So now I'm going to work until I get here, and then I'm going to do the same thing, make a chain of how many chains that you want, and then go back on that chain and make slip stitches until you reach the end of it, and then you connect your chain, your strap to the top, and then you're good to go. So I'm going to come back when I'm done with this, okay, with my second strap. I've reached the end of our second strap, yeah. Now we're going to slip single crochet, sorry, into that last stitch. Yeah, chain 1 and then cut off the yarn. Yeah, so I'm done sewing it. I'm done sewing the lace, folded it inwards, and then I sew it to make it, to give it a finished look, a nice finished look. And so I'm gonna get the straps, and then I make an X with them, weave them in on both sides of the top. Yeah, and our top is as good as done. So beautiful and easy to make. Hopefully my instructions were easy to follow, and you will be soon making yourself one. Yeah, you can make the straps as long as you prefer. This is the neck, how it's going to look like. Cheers.